Welcome back into MVP Fishing. Yes, sirree. Welcome back into the channel. Just enjoy the show today. After yesterday's run, I thought I had to come down here and try again. That's a big rod. Let me get these rods out. Well, I'll explain that here in just a minute. My tablet was acting up. It got overheated the other day, and it's going to take a little bit of time for it to get back to working standards. So we're going to be manning the chat the old-fashioned way by walking behind the camera and looking like we're dumb over there. All right, never mind. See an eighth of an ounce of weight on here. I'm going to have a quarter ounce, and I'm going to have 2 ounces on that one. So I'm going to have these spread out from locations to locations down here. See if that one holds. That one looks okay. This one's going to come in shallow, so no worries about it. It has a smaller weight on it, because obviously it doesn't need a lot of weight to hold. Not that far from the bank. Set up a cool little rock face down here. The temperature's about 80, 85. Supposed to get probably close to 90 degrees today. You guys enjoy the show. I'm still waiting for that stupid 6-digit code to come in the mail. Right there, wasn't it? Right there with that thing. Off it was, too. Stinker? He's running in with it. Man, he just tore that one to pieces, didn't he? Sheesh. Yeah, we could be in for it, folks. First cast, I didn't get the other rod out before something started hitting the first one. I was right out here, right where the current is back, so I know exactly where that was. I aimed for it. Wait for that line to stabilize. It's tight right after the bottom. I think that one will do for now. Let me get some of these other rods out. I'm gonna have to check the chat the old-fashioned way, folks. Our tablet. Got it, folks. It's on already. Man, I can get the second rod out. What is that? Blue cat. That's a blue cat, folks. Couple pounds. Get the night crawler out here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, ain't like the little babies we got the other day. That's pretty good blue. Don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm letting him spin his butt out. Open up. Hey, dude. And he's got the hook right in the lower lip. Crap. Got that hook right in the lower lip. Our hook is out. Got the hook back. All right, there's our first fish of the day, folks. That's a solid, like 3.5, 4 pound blue cat. That's a perfect eater size, but we're not eating them today. Boy, she doubled it too. Gorgeous fish, folks. First fish of the day. Now that's a gorgeous little blue cat. Man, that is a nice fish. I love it, my friends. I love it. Let's get a close-up on this guy before we get her back in the water here. I'll come check that chat while I'm over here as well. Beautiful blue cap. Awesome first fish. Wonderful. Say hello to everyone on YouTube, Blue Kitty Cat. Yeah, that's a cat. That's not a big old tomcat, but that's definitely a cat. Beautiful first fish. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, my friends. All right. See you, buddy. Thank you. There he is. And there he goes. All right. Suppose I owe you guys a chat. Unfortunately, our tablet's acting up. It overheated in the sun yesterday, so apparently that's going to take a little bit of time to cool, to work its way out. Yeah, the first time you get a electronics that overheats, have a little bit of difficulty getting it running again. Miss Gigi, how you doing, Miss Gigi? Miss Gigi says hi, Mike in chat. And Jason says hi, Miss Gigi. And Rich says get him. Miss Gigi says Jason. And Gator, hi Colt, how you doing, my friend? Let's see, Jason says good, brother. Miss Gigi with the kitty cat emojis. Jason says meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, boy. Let's see, Gator says MVP. Jason says, hey, survival. Up there, survival. How you doing, survival? Survival says good luck in MVP. Rich says nice. Survival says, hey, Jason. Survival says, please double tap that screen. Yes, sir. Like and subscribe, my friends. Helps out the channel so much. Jason says he's good, brother. All right, my friends. Let's see, 6 incredible people in. Let's see. Up 20 people in and 6 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Let's get these rods back out and let's get some fish on the line. Get some more fishies. Yeah, that was on the quarter ounce weight. So not exactly that big of a weight, but man, that little stinker hit it too. I haven't got my other smaller rods, my smaller and my bigger rod out yet, folks. I was about ready to cast this one out, and I saw that rod going, yeah. And we got about a dozen night crawlers. Got about 70 little red worms, so we've got about 80 worms today. If these guys start roasting in this heat, I'm gonna have to take them back because the shade's right behind you guys. We're up. The water is probably up another foot, maybe 8 or 10 inches, maybe about 8 inches. It's a little bit higher, but not much. That looks pretty good. That was like one night crawler out there. Make sure that end dangles just a little bit. It's a nice little juicy juice going in. That's about where that was too. We could be in for it, folks. Man, I ain't baited up a spot with corn yet. I bought some corn. My last $2, by the way. I'm still waiting for YouTube's 6-digit code to come in the mail. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been paid through YouTube. So it's being AdSense is being a very difficult time getting that stupid code in the mail. It's been over 2 weeks, but they said, you know, it could be longer. So usually it takes 2 weeks, but it could be longer. Oh, last night. By the way, if you guys want to donate a few bucks to PayPal and Cash Apps, linked in my description on my main channel. Oh, you little stinker. It's the end of the month. I tried to make it all the way to the end, but didn't quite make it, I'm afraid. Might have difficulty using 2 rods right now, folks. I'm having trouble keeping 3 rods. Having trouble keeping 1 out right now. I think this one's ready. This one's just gonna go right in by the bag. I ain't casting this one. That one's right there. rods out. Can you dare try to go for 3? No, nope. Fight on it. Little ping bite, huh? That blue doubled it. These guys are like really technical. I have a sturgeon or carp or something. Oh, screw that worm off. Yeah, it's just our little carp rod, 8-pound test on our medium action. We got 20 on this one, and we got 25 on our big Mad Cat series rod. I don't want to use another big night crawler, medium-sized one. I don't want to burn through our night crawlers super fast. I want them things to last. Yeah, again, I'm sorry. Our tablet got overheated yesterday, and it's been acting up. I couldn't keep it on for more than a few minutes. I've noticed when you have electronics that overheat for the first time, it's going to take them a little time to compensate for that burned out microcircuit. Eventually, she'll just start working okay again. I mean, just give it a 3 or 4 days, whatever, a week, whatever. As bad as, depends on how bad it was. It didn't turn off yesterday, but it did shut the applications and everything down during the live stream. That was our tablet. Now our backup phone it's already done it once. So our main phone is already done it once. They're checking on it out there. Come on, buddy, hit it. What do we got right now? Every time that little stinker hits the water, it's getting a bite. Man. This isn't that big of a hook, folks, so I should be able to hook the little stinkers. And mind you, if I get a blue cat over about 25, 30 pounds on it, yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of trouble. But I can land a lot of fish on this size of the hook. Let me hold this rod here for a minute. I know you guys aren't used to me doing that. Fish they really don't like hitting me when I'm holding a rod. I never got how they figured that out. They do. The way these guys are hitting, all I have to do is keep that line partially tight. Come on, guys. I know you're here. Let's bite on the pulse rod. Checking on that one. Got him. Got him, folks. What do we got? And our first drum. And boy, man, I tell you what. Yep. I'm getting a bite on another rod too while I'm doing this. This is cut bait. This is small enough to be able to be used for cut bait. So we're gonna keep this for the end of the feed. And oops, yeah. Ooh, dang. Here's it. I'm getting a bite on my other rod. I see it. Yeah, that's our second fish of the day, folks. And get another bite on our other rod. So this is going to be cut bait for us, folks. Yeah, well, I'll do that off feed over here, so you guys don't have to worry about that. All right. Yeah, I've been trying to get a smaller one of them guys for a while. And I finally hooked that little stinker, whatever it is out there. What do we got this time? Not stick. Never mind. Oh, well. Hey, we got two. We even got cut bait. I might put a piece of that on my big rod over here, which would save. Actually, that might be a good idea. Once these guys have stabilized, I can get a piece of cut bait on my big rod out here. That sounds like a plan, folks. I like that idea. Yeah, I normally don't cut up blue drum and stuff, but that's about the right size. And I'm seeing a lot of blue cat and other species in here, like catfish, that are going to hit a cut bait a little bit more than other days, so perfect day to try it. Hang on, folks. We're getting bites as fast as I can cast in right now. Wonder what kind of piece I should go. Oh man, how can I be missing a fish? Dang. Either I got a smaller fish here or a buffalo or something, man. I can't hook a little stinker. You guys can see that rod wobbling. That's not current. That's like a quarter of an ounce of weight. That'll hold out there. Got a lot of different options. We can fish for carp, we can fish for catfish, fish for a wide variety. And look at him, still hitting it too. What is up with that fish? I cannot hook him. That stinker thing sticks out all the time. You got the bait off finally. I'm gonna put a smaller piece of worm on. Maybe I can get this fish to hit by put on like a couple smaller worms. I don't want to use up all our night crawlers super fast, so I'm gonna put on just a couple little red worms. Let's see if you'll hit this. I've been throwing those night crawlers out there. He might just go for it because it's with the other ones. That worm's pretty good. So. This is really, really small. That's another bite on it. Got him, folks. Got him. Man, we got a school of little baby drumming here. Sorry, buddy. We got one of you. One's enough. I've been looking for these little stinkers for a while. So that's one nice blue cat and 2 small drums so far today. That's our third of the day. Awesome fish, folks. And we're getting bites as fast as we can cast in. On both rods. Dang it. Which means I've got to get a piece of cut bait on my big rod here. He's still hitting that other rod too. Beautiful third fish, Bo. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll clean that worm off. That was a little red worm, so I got 100 of some of those things, so I can spare a couple of them. I'm guessing I got a little blue cat over here, a sturgeon or a buffalo carp. A buffalo, not a buffalo. There's no such thing as buffalo carp. Buffalo. We're getting bites as fast as we can cast in, folks. We've already got one blue cat, probably about 3.5, 4 pounds. Already hitting that one too. Got him. I finally hooked him. That's why I was having trouble. And we got a baby blue. Much smaller than our first. That's why I was missing them, folks. Don't fin me, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ow, 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 ow. That's our 4th fish of the day, folks. We've got one nice blue cat, a smaller one, and 2 freshwater drums. Yeah, that's such a little baby. That's a cool little baby, though. Look at that little guy. Cute little guy. He's a kitten. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, ah! He went underneath the rock. Crap. Yeah, he might be gone. I can't get this rock. Yeah, I don't want him to get stuck underneath a rock. Sheesh, dude. He fell underneath a rock. I had to get him out. Yep, we got him. See you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, this mud is... Obviously, I got some mud on my feet somewhere. It's slipping me up. We haven't even gotten our cut bait out, folks. Tell you what, I should probably do that now. Get a piece of cut bait on my big rod. Well, I've got a break here, and then I can come check that chat. Assuming I can find my knife. Where are you, Mr. Knife? Where are you? Dang it, where are you? It's in here somewheres. Not my pliers. Not a pair of scissors, but that'll work, I guess. Doesn't have to be cut that great. I don't know where my knife is. Should have been in this bag. That's why I looked in here originally. I know the feeling. I bet you that fell out. Well, we got a pair of scissors, that'll work. These are heavy duty snips. These cut chicken. So, probably get the head on this. I know, folks. Kind of gross, but it works. I want to put the head on yet. I don't want to put the head on yet, but I will put on a nice little tune. I'll put on a nice little chunk of belly meat. Sorry, folks, I was off feed there. I was getting that piece of cut bait on. I have to cut it. I didn't bring the tablet, folks, because it was acting up. I didn't want to bring it back out. That's just going to have to reprogram itself to overcompensate for that burnt out electronics. It does that. I've had that happen on so many phones, folks, where it'll overheat. And you'll be stuck with a phone that doesn't seem to work, right? Well, if you come back 3 or 4 days later, it works fine. There's a blue, just hit the surface right there. Just about where I cast it, too. Just about where I cast it. That's got me worried about my rod here getting pulled in. Need a few more rocks set up here just to make sure this rod sets up right. So that is going to be set like that. That's going to be set just a little bit. I'm going to have to put a rock right behind her. Oh man. If and when something doubles her over. That should hold her okay. Alright, that one's back out. We can get back to our other rods. You guys are enjoying the show. We've got 2 freshwater drum and two blue cat. 1 nice blue cat, in fact. Let me get one of these rods out for you guys, and I'll come check that chat, okay? We've got corn here. We've got night crawlers. We've got a wide variety of bait. Sorry, I've been kind of neglecting the chat here. I haven't had to do it this way in a while. Watch me put drum and cut drum and night crawler right beside each other. Watch me hit only the night crawler out here. A lot of times what happens out here, I'll put cut bait out right beside night crawler, and I'll wind up hitting the night crawler only. I think we're just going to stick with 2 rods while I check that chat, because I don't think I can keep 3 rods out and man the chat simultaneously. Now we got a piece of cut bait out, folks. Let's see, 8 people in. Let's see, an 18 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Boy, it's hard to see this. Honeycut, what's going on? How you doing, Honeycut? Honeycut says hi. Jason says Honeycut. And the fishing, the fisherman. How you doing, fisherman? Sent the flow state. Awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for those gems. Let's see, Adrian. How you doing, Adrian? Adrian says MVP fishing. Jason says, good bait. And David, how you doing, David? David says hi. Jason says howdy. And Care Bear, how you doing today, my friend? Jason says, hey, Care Bear. Jason says, meow, 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 meow. And Terry, how you doing today, Terry? Terry says, Mr. MVP. Jason says, hey, Terry. Terry says, howdy, Mr. Jason. Care Bear says, Jason. And Tina, how you doing today, Tina? Jesus says, good morning, MVP. Tina says, having any luck this morning, MVP? Yeah, we've caught 1 nice blue cat, a smaller one, and 2 freshwater drum. Terry says, Miss Care and Miss Tina. Jason says, hello, Tina. Jason says, we're good. For Saturday, bro. Awesome, my friend. I've been looking forward to going fishing with somebody again. Let's see, Matthew. How you doing today, Matthew? Matthew says, hello, everyone in chat. Let's see. Matthew says, where are you fishing at? We're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, we're about a 1/4 mile up there from the Arch. Got a big old piece of cut bait out there. We've also got worm in here closer. Like to clean that bait off. Man, well, without me manning these rods, I'm going to lose my bait down here. Sorry, folks, our tablet overheated yesterday. I wasn't able to get her to work right today. She's just got to work through it. I've had electronics do that before. Just come back a day or 2 later after they overheated badly and they start working fine. Don't ask me. There's something that rewrites itself in there. Let's get our 3rd rod back out. Totally slack. Still pecking on it too long. I'm trying to do this. As fast as I can do this, they're hitting it out here. These worms are getting torn to pieces right now. We got drum out there on a still rig, piece of belly meat. And these little guys can eat. Tell you what, I can try a cast out further, see if they're out there deeper as well. This weight should hold out there too. Make sure I got enough worms to get out there. Something bigger. Catching fish, folks, as fast as I can cast. Fast, we're getting bites. Fresh water drawing the 2 close to blue cats so far. Which one wants to hit next? Go, fishies. Come on, buddies. I know you're here. We got a big piece of cut bait on our Mad Cat series right out there. We've already got one blue cat. Got him. Got him, folks. It's on. Finally, the rod. Blue. Got that one too. And we got a second blue cat. Man. And these guys are everywhere now. These guys are everywhere. Ow, 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 ow. Man, it's hard enough getting one of these guys off. Now, that's the first one, folks. He already opened up the side of my finger, so I'm going to have to show him to you like this. Yeah, that's another 2 blue cat, folks. Another 2 smaller ones. Little kittens. Oh, guys. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, my friends. All right, see you, buddy. So that's 3 blue cats. And this is our 4th. Get out of here. Yeah, that's our 4th. Number 4. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. You ate it. And that just hit 2 little red worms out there deep, so they're out there deep as well. Let's get this rod. I know there's some bigger ones out here, folks. I'm sure there is. We've already caught one over about 3.5, 4 pounds. That was really off the angle there. I missed the spot by about 2 feet to the left. It would have been fine, it's just I don't want her drifting that much. It might get snagged. There's a lot of people fishing this spot, so I'm not super confident about the snags that people put in here. If you guys can hear me, I still have a wind block on, so it's got a little bit of a breeze today. I'll talk a little louder when I'm not over by you guys. Yeah, I do like to have the audio in the background, the waves splashing against the rocks, birds tweeting, just a little sound of a breeze in the background, not too much, not overwhelming. It sounds like you can't hear everything, and then all right, see that? That's just our little. That's like a 1/16 ounce. It's a steelhead type. Wait. Very effective down here. It doesn't snag up that badly. All right, let's see if these guys are going to sit here for a minute. I'm going to have to man them again. And that one got me. And there's got to be a lot of blue cat out here right now. Odd for them to be that many of them in the spot. Usually have 2 or 3 small ones, and that's it. Unless there's a lot of bigger blues in here right now. Got one. Who knows what's out here? Common species down here, as you guys know, are buffalo, blue cat, channel catfish, common carp, grass carp, freshwater drum, and a few other species as well. Stripers, skipjack herring. Pop. Full rod again. That's why I put the big rod out there with cut bait, because I figured with 2 rods going like this simultaneously, no way I can keep 3 rods out here at once. Let's get this out just a little further. I've been inching this thing out deeper and deeper, trying to see if I can find anything else besides these guys. That's just about in the main current out there, or out. Give me a heartbeat. 2 rods. Got a little bit of a worm left on it. Man, these guys are tough right now. Hardly keep up with them. Got him. That's bigger. Yeah, that's bigger, folks. Now we got mine. Hey, that's just a log I hooked out there. That was weird. I thought that was fighting weird. I thought I had a turtle or something. Man. I was pulling on it though. I can bite on the cup bait. Maybe starting to pull it. He's thinking about it. He's out there chewing on it. Get the bite on the cup bait. Something milling on that cover. I'm not sure what it is yet, but he's nipping on it. There's probably a smaller blue in there right now chewing on it. Oftentimes we'll come to a bigger blue coming in there and grabbing away from the smaller one. You know, like you got a cat at home and you got a kitten, and no matter what kind of food you put in front of that kitten, that bigger cat wants it. I don't like that idea. You might not want to eat it all that much, but he just wants to keep it away from the other one. Alright, we're going to stabilize for a minute. Alright, come back and check that tap, folks. Again, I apologize. Our tablet overheated, folks, yesterday, and she got to reset herself. That's what happens when any type of electronics overheats. We're good. It's the NWA. How you doing, NWA? Matthew says, I did my fishing earlier. I like to do mine midday to evenings.
Let's see, Patrick, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Patrick says good morning. Good morning, Patrick. Let's see, Double says, lucky duck, it's gonna be a storm. So I got kicked off the water. It was supposed to storm today, but kind of didn't come in. Jason says Patrick. Patrick says Jason. And Danny, how you doing, my friend? Danny says cute. Yeah, they are cute at that size, but man, could they sting yourself. And there's a bite on the both rods, the small and the medium rod. Yeah.
Every time I sit down, it's another water. I hate this crap. Stupid rod. No matter what you do, it's going to get away. Goes off my nice. I think it's been in the way since I bought this reel. This rod. Get these rods back out. There's some nipping on that cut bait too, folks. Very finely bouncing that rod tip. Could be a big gar, could be a smaller blue jack, could be a who knows? Could be a big blue. Who knows what these are in the worm in here? So many different species. It's these worms around. Rocking away. All we're doing is sitting out there and pinging on stuff. How many little blue caps you got? Usually have 4 or 5 of them little guys in the spot. Wind up cooking or feeding. You do eventually get them. There goes a lone man in a canoe. Floating down the river. Yeah, that's not that the water's too high. Doing it alone. Going down the canoe and it's really hard, but usually you do it with somebody else. I know, folks, we don't have our tablets. Man, the chat is good, but I'm gonna do the best job as I can. Hecking and hecking on out there. Every time I look, the rod's hecking, and I can't be very sure about how much bait's left when they do that. Tom are out there a little deeper. They're out there even deeper. That it is in the main curve now. That line stabilized out there, right for now. Stabilized. And a little slack. Check that jet. See what's going on. Oh, never mind. Hang on. I can't get over to you guys. It won't let me. Every time I look, that rod's bouncing. I want a car. Right on. Look on that one. I'm way out there too. They're still out there. I ain't hooking these worms very lightly. I'm hooking them very good. Good hook. Oh, another one holding on to it. My worm's roasting out here, but I can't put the lid on it. Big thing. That worm was hooked really good. There's no way that fish had that without having that worm in his mouth. Come on, buddy. Come on, man. Look at that. Got him. I'll pull off. Man, that was a nice one. That was just doubling it. Dang it. Gonna let him hit it more. Man, that was on cut bait, folks. I should have let him hit it more. Crap. I need a bigger hook on this piece of cut bait. I have some bigger ones in here. I gotta figure out, remember where I've got them put. Hang on. Yeah, that was a flathead bite, folks. That rod just doubled over to the water, nice and slow. Man. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger hook on this. That'll work if I can get her off. Assuming I can set her off. Where are my pliers? I'm sorry about that, folks. That sucker just. There's my knife. Still out of my. Why is it? Something I find it after I'm done. Man, that was just a. That was a flathead. That was definitely the way that rod just doubled over slowly, and that was a big piece of cut bait too. So you know that was a good one. Hopefully she'll come back if I can get this little stinker out there with a better hook on her. Huh. What kind of line did someone put on this thing? That looks okay. I don't think that fuzzy stuff's gonna bother much. That's a pretty good treble hook. I think that'll work. Normally don't have to think, but man, that just doubled it, folks. That was just. I'm surprised I didn't actually get the hook into that fish. You must have just been holding on to the end of it. Still getting right on that one. It's right by the bank. Still in it. Look at that scar. Really, dude? Oh, boy. Back there. We're just putting a bigger hook on, folks. That little number 10 is not the time for that thing. Assuming I can also start to tie on. Don't have a lot of leader left on it. Leader, this is one of the problems with making fill rigs. That every single time you have to retie and redo anything, you're lucky if you can get her on there. Or, I should just let that one hit it folks better. Right, that should work. Anything grabs onto that, I'm going to have it. Again, I gotta remember the simple stuff like opening this bail. Down. And that was just my fault, folks. I should have let that one hit it more. I forgot when you're using cut bait, you really do have to let them double it over. Because a lot of times those fish will just grab on the end of that bait, start running with it. Man, that was definitely a flathead. That rod just went slowly down to the water. Should probably put on cut bait on both rods. They're gonna hit cut bait like that. Who knows how big a fish that was? Especially with the way he just doubled it over slowly like that, man. Probably put, yeah, I should probably put cut bait on both rods out here. 2 out of 3 with cut bait. That was no gar. Gar will peck on that rod like that. That rod just went straight down the water. Alright, let me get back to that chat, folks, and see what's going on. Man, that was a big flatty I just missed. Just double that cut bait over.
Dang. And it stabilized the imagery there. We were off on our angles. Let's see. Matthew says, I caught a catfish today. 1 pound, 7 ounces. Nice, my friend. There's a big one just hit the surface to the left there. Let's see. Jason says, I can hear you. Anthony, how you doing, Anthony? And Alwina, how you doing, Alwina? Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Let's see. Anthony says, how big? The blue cat, that first blue cat was about 4 pounds. Now that one I missed down there, I have no idea of how big it was. Let's bite on them. Little rod again. Can't look these little stinkers out there. They're just eating my worms up out there. I can't hook them. Even how good I hooked that worm, they're just tearing it to pieces. Yeah, that one I had down there was probably, I wasn't slowing him down, that's for sure. When I set the hook, he's probably over 15 or 20 pounds. Not a lot of people will use fresh cut bait down here. Me included, I usually don't use it either. One problem I'm having right now is these little blue cats are tearing my worms to pieces. Probably put corn on one of these rods or something. That gar I just had by the bank was about 3 or 4 pounds. Oh, there he goes again. See if I can get him to get it this time. Oh. Starting to hit that piece of cut bait again. A lot of the blue cats I've been catching today are smaller, but I did get a bigger one, so I know there's some bigger ones out here. We have to just clean that worm off. Ain't too much of a piece left on that worm hook. Worm again. Oh, crap on there. Ding, 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 ding. These can be some big fish, folks. There's no telling what they are when they're pecking on it like that. See him hitting it again? There goes the cut bait. Smacking on it again. I've got that worm on. Doesn't matter how I hook the worm on here. Literally every single cast, doesn't matter how I hook the worm on it. You just dragged off the hook. Hop, hop, hop. Him. Smacking at that bait over there. That wasn't like the first bite. The first bite I had just doubled it over to the water. And it takes a lot of force to double one of those mad cat, these mad cat series.
He was sitting there with it. Actually, it's a little bigger. Popping that cut bait out there. Probably another smaller blue cat sitting out there chewing on it. That's why I didn't put the head on in the first place, is because I don't have a quite. I need a friggin' 2-aught hook or a 3-aught to be able to use a big drum's head. Now, the 1-aught treble hook should work for a smaller piece of cut bait. Slack again. Check that chat.
What's going on? You guys are enjoying the show today. I see 44 people in it, seeing 50 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Let's see, Jason says, Chris. Oh, Chris, how you doing, Chris? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Jason says, let's go. Indiana. How you doing today, Indiana? Indiana says, hey, Mike and chat. Every time I walk away from those rods, they're getting pulverized. And Carly, how you doing today, Carly? Carly says hi. Carly says hi, Chris. Jason says Carly. And William, how you doing today, William? William says hi. And Ewas. Ewas is in the house. Ewas says MVP. Jason says Ewas. Indiana says Ewas. Boy, we're backed up in chat. Something fierce, aren't we? Let's see, Stone Fishing. How you doing, Stone Fishing? Stone Fishing says, hey, MVP. How's everyone doing? I'm doing okay, my friend. Caught one nice blue cat. Let's see, 3 smaller ones and 2 freshwater drum. And man, that's a lot. How can you miss that fish when he's popping it like that? I mean, just got a little worm on here. He has to have the worm in his mouth. Might want to put some fresh cut bait on first. Did find my knife. Oh, still hitting it over here. Nipped on it. We need a little bit of shade. Back on it. The moment I try to put that rod down. Out there on worm, I just have to cooking. Sure, every bite.
Oh. He's just chewing off that worm, bit piece by piece. And that was a big one from that big rod. That's just, I'm hoping he comes back. Or another one comes by and grabs it. And that's it. And I can understand setting the hook on that fish and that hook pulling off after a moment or two. Because the hook's too small, but when you set the hook and you feel the weight of the fish, and the fish just opens its mouth basically and lets go of the bait. Probably need to put fresh cut bait on that one. Fresh cut bait on. Let me get a fresh piece of cut bait on here. Oh, no problem using cut bait. On top. One thing the fish don't like is fish. That's a treat any day of the week. I know you can probably water later. One thing about fishing with cut bait too, folks, is even after your bait's gone stale, don't throw it away. Put it back here on the side of the thing. That way, if you run out of bait, you've still got something to put on. Scales are off of that. Pretty good to me. That's a nice little chunk. Even a 2 or 3 pound fish cat can eat that. Right on the small out of it. Can't hook them to that. They are. No matter what I do with that worm, no matter how much I put it on there good. It's got a fresh piece of cut bait on it now, folks, so hopefully that can bring that fish back in so it hit again. Damn, that was kind of my fault, but at the same time, I should have looked at it. Got it, folks. Fish on. He's running in with it. And another nice freshwater. Awesome. They get bigger now, folks. These guys are getting tough to hook. That's a solid 2.5 pounds. After this fish, folks, I'm gonna go check that gap. We're gonna man our big rod because I think that's got a potential of getting him
big one today, folks. Awesome fish, folks. Dude, give it up, man. Give it up. Yeah, this guy's been beat up. Something's tried to eat him multiple times. It's amazing when you catch a 2.5 pound fish, it looks like something's tried to eat him. Gorgeous fish, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. And here comes the train, folks, just in time for me to be able to check the chat. Where'd I hook you? No muss, no fuss, no blood. Buddy. Thank you. Okay. Train, folks, earbuds out, volume down. Check that chat. You guys enjoying the show today? We're just gonna give this a minute for this train to go by. Yeah, I'll be up, make some noise as the engine, so it'll only take a minute for that engine to go by. Let's see, Flava, what's going on? How you doing, Flava? Flava says hi. Jason says hi, Dave. Flava says hi, Jason. Flava says Carly. Let's see, Dave says MODS. Not sure what that means. Seeing James. How you doing, James? James says you need to let that fish take it a little bit longer. I know that row. I remembered it. I haven't used cut bait in friggin' 6 months. But you're right. I should have let him take it more. Jason says, hey, James. And Tom, how you doing today, Tom? Tom says hi. Tom says Jason. Tom says MVP. And Michael, how you doing today, Michael? Michael says, Michael, hello. Let's see, World Tours. How you doing, World Tours? All the best for catching fish. Awesome, my friend. And I thank you for the good luck. Tom says, hi, Abby. Oh, there's Abby. How you doing, Abby? Abby says, hey. And Bambi. How you doing today, Bambi? Bambi says, howdy, y'all. We missed a big one down here, Abby. I mean, just a massive. That was on cut bait. I'm gonna drop it. Let's see, Bambi says, woo. Oh, now we have got one blue cat down here, about 4 pounds. 4 smaller blue cat. 3 freshwater drums. So we're definitely catching fish. See, I'm doing good. Abby says, good job. Let's see, Bambi with the, I'm not sure what kind of emojis that is. But appreciate it, my friend. Abby says, oh, 1 rainbow fish. Oh, boy. Let's see, Arnold. How you doing, Arnold? Arnold says, hello, everyone. How's your morning, my bro? Doing okay, my friend. Got 1 small drum already. Cut that up for cut bait. Got that on my big rod and already had 1 double it over. I just set the hook just a little bit too early. Tom says, good morning, Arnold. All right, looking good. 49 people in. And 50 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Those are pretty fantastic numbers. Just watching that big rod down there. I'm sure that was a flathead, too. It could have been a 4 or 5 pound flathead, but it could have been a 50 pound flathead, too. But that's what bothers me. I have no idea. I set the hook on it. I did not get enough of a feel to know whether or not there was a monster or just a couple pounds. I set the hook and that whale was going, yeah! And after I set the hook as hard as I could. And then it just pulled. He just let go of the bait. And he probably didn't even have the hook in his mouth yet.
Looks like the drum are in here close, and the carp are in here close. Looks like the little baby blue cats and stuff are out here in mid-range. Flathead are over here, a little deeper water over here, right through this scrub. I know what I usually do. That kind of caught me off guard too, folks. Usually I don't get bites on cut drum down here. But I saw that rod go straight down the water. Man. Good to see that Mad Cat series pull like that. Man, I would like to have seen the fish too. Just know I'm gonna let him go down here, but there have been a lot of people keeping fish down here, so it's not true. It's MVP, you're okay to eat, buddy. I'm just gonna let you go. Show you off YouTube and go back in the water and go back and do your thing. Our cat was overheated yesterday, folks. It's gonna have to set in the pool for a couple of days to rework itself. Oh, I pulled off. Man, that was a better fish. Dang. Why'd you cast that a little further over to the right? I think I got away from the blue cat. Well, maybe blue. Maybe something bigger is moving in there. I was assuming that was going to be a little baby blue cat. When I set the hook on it, it was dead weight. Got him, folks. Got him. Another nice one. We got the sign. Another nice one. That's our first. Let's go about an hour and a half. And they're really active. Awesome fish, folks. I love it, my friends. I love it. So 4 freshwater drum, 4 blue cats, and we had a big gar up to the bank too. So gonna come off on it. Cool fish, folks. I love it, my friends. I love it. Let me get the hook out of you, buddy. Push back on that hook. That hook is out. Yep. She's out. No muss, no bust, no blood. But thank you. Thank you. You ate it. Get these rods back out and I'll come see if I can get to that cat before they double it over again. That cat is over further to the right. I have to cast it straight out. That's the spot. Apparently, these bigger fish are in their shallows. Smaller fish seem to be holding out deeper. Doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, there's more food in here in shallow water. So the bigger ones, they might be coming in here without raising water. They don't really care about the dangers involved because water's rising, it doesn't really bother them. Okay, so go. Come on. Take the fish. There he goes. Really? Man, it's big worm on. Go up just a worm. Back. I'm a tip. Come on. I think I might cast this one in closer as well. Cast over to the right, but not so far out. Gotta be a spot here to where I can cast and not have the little ones hit it. Gotta be just one spot over here where I get some bigger ones in here. Good. Over here a little bit closer to the bank. Over here to the right. Another big one over there. What's all that? Cactus tail. Come on, folks. Let me make sure the rod is stabilized. Still, I don't know how I can be slack line. I'll get it. Alright, back to check, folks.
It's tough doing this today. I need my tablet working again. Let's see. Tom says, "Good morning, Arnold." Let's see. Paul says, "Pops, tearing them up." Yep, we're getting bites every single cast.
What the heck out of that one? You do have one big rod out here waiting. Got some big cut bait on her too. Yeah, that wasn't close, folks. That was over there further to the right. What's going to be over there yet? Every single cat. Can't fuck with these guys. Not too many of these guys. Hey, this cool. I'm not using that much worm anymore. I'm only using like one worm. And I'm hooking that worm pretty good. Crap. That quickly got crap. That much of it on there. Wait to see the big rod go down. Yeah, but we got hopes it'll go down again. We throw some corn on these rods. These carp are rat. Let's use this rod to put some corn on. The lighter run, which is technically the one they're supposed to hit, or the medium. The medium definitely. Can't hook them. Incorporate them like that. And pop, 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 pop. Hook them. Nothing. Alright. Change the tactics. Next time I put some corn on. This is getting frustrating with these guys just tearing these worms off. Maybe I put some corn out here. Maybe I could get a carp or grass carp or channel catfish or blue cat or something. You know, the second biggest blue cat I caught down here this year was on corn. So this goes to show they will hit stuff like that. That blue cat was like 15 pounds. Not a kitten. Definitely not a small one. This is a bait holder hook. It's not designed to string on corn. It takes a little bit more effort. I should probably bait up the bottom before I cast this out here. About as good as I'm gonna get that on here. First way, let's get some corn out here. Carp should be like in for about there. I think I can still handle one rod with worm. These guys are hitting so fast I can't keep up with the demand. Them on worm right now. So let's see, we got 3 different techniques now, folks. We got one with corn, one with worm, and one with cut bait. Off the fly. Man, there's a big fly. Get some big flies down there on the river, folks. That fly was freaking the size of my thumb. Seriously, that fly was like, jeez. I was gonna drag me away or something. Dang big. That's a joke. Probably couldn't have dragged me away. Then again, it could have been on like souped up or something. All right, we got 3 different techniques going now, folks. We got worm in close. We've also got corn on the middle rod, and we've got cut bait on the far rod. Arnold says it is evening here, and now 22:22. Tom says 22:23. Miss Daisy, how you doing, Miss Daisy? Miss Daisy says, hey, Mike. Miss Daisy says, having a good day. We're doing pretty good. We've got 4 freshwater drum and 4 blue cats so far.
No problem. Bambi says Miss Daisy. Bambi says, I just love saying that. That name's so cute. Tom says, thanks, it's pretty interesting. Bambi says, sounds so scary. I've never experienced one. I can't imagine. The whole house gets, yeah, I've been through a few tornadoes myself over the years. And it's a little scary. DJ, how you doing, DJ? DJ Johns. DJ Jones says, we just had a 8.9 shake here. Oh, you mean an earthquake? I've only been through 2 earthquakes. Now, the earthquakes weren't that bad. It was just like a little, huh? I slept through one big one. I'll admit it. I slept through it. See, Tom says, the aftershock got a hole. See, 22 incredible people in and 57 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Arnold says, Bambi, see ya. Abby says, let's go. Abby says, hey, Daisy. And see, NJ, what's going on, Mark? How you doing today, NJ? NJ says, Mr. Mike. Abby says, hey, NJ. And I see you're in green, buddy. Thank you for that, that membership, my friend. Abby says, I got it. Arnold says, Abby. Abby says, welcome in, NJ. Yeah, we got cut bait on that far rod down there. I already had something double her over, and I missed her. And we've been getting bites constantly on the worm and corn here. And he says, brutal headache, so I cut my my shorts early today. I got you, my friend. Those things can be miserable. Stream. Abby says, Arnold, hey. Only thing you can do, my friend, is just sit around, get into some dark, quiet place, and just sit back and relax. Quiet and dark. Oh, and a lot of Tylenol and ibuprofen help a little bit. Take the edge off, at least get you fall asleep. Yeah, we've been getting bites nonstop on worm here. It's just they've been tough to hook. I put the right hook on that big rod now, and the sucker won't hit it now. Yeah, I just had too small a hook on there. I had a number 10 bait holder. I should have had on like a number 8 or a number. Yeah, probably number 8 or number 6 would have been better choice. Put a number 8 treble hook on there now. There's a massive fish just hit the surface out here. Sheesh. I feel like someone just jumped out of the boat out there. We got corn on this one, NJ. We've got worm on that one, and we've got cut bait on the far one. Isn't it odd that corn will bring in these fish and they'll feed and they'll eat the corn, but put it on the hook, they won't touch it. It's just always peculiar why they do that. There's another drop of the cut bait there. Bounce the points. Boy, that one bite didn't. That rod just went straight down to the water. I held it there for a second. I let him pull it down. I should just let him go all the way down. That's probably big old flathead catfish the way that rod
flathead bite a specific way. You'll see the rod move a little bit once, and then you'll see it go down all the way to the water. Because that basically is just that fish swimming away with the bait. They don't run with it. They just kind of, I got it. Bye. Mine now. Got him, folks. Got him. Ah, another little baby blue cat. See, our first blue cat was 4 pounds, and I've been catching these little stinkers ever since. Ow, ow, ow. Watch that fin, buddy. Watch it, 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 watch it. Man, these little guys have super fins on them, folks. So 5 blue cats and 4 drum. There you go, folks. Another little kitten. Meow, 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 meow. Hi, kitty. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Scratch behind the ears. Go get your great-great-grandpa and make him hit long enough for MVP to set the hook right. Please. Buddy. Look how translucent and pinkish, white, silver. Beautiful guy. Buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's just with a 1/8 ounce steelhead weight. Just if I get snagged in the rocks, I pull hard enough, it pulls right out, but the weight detaches from the clip. You gotta pull pretty hard to do it. Just within the strength where the line might break on you. There's some bigger ones in here, folks. Don't worry. I set the hook twice today, and that's just big ones gone. Just gotta keep that hook in them. I'm amazed they're in that shallow. Even little baby blue cats are using them in that shallow. Isn't that weird? I can throw corn out there. I know they're hitting that corn when I throw it out there, but they won't hit it when you put on the hook. It doesn't make any sense. Those rods look super weird. I put a small piece of worm on the corn. That sometimes will work, corn and worm. Let me give them a combo. Sometimes you can put a worm on there with it. Alright, that's corn on. What smaller hook I got on. Tough hook. I'm not hooking these worms slightly. I'm hooking them straight up the hook. hooking bait the same way you hook bluegill. Well, Rob is up. Back and check that chat. Just in time for a train, too. No, that one sounds like it's going in the other direction. Never mind.
Etsy Bambi says, having tomato sandwiches. Grew big boy tomatoes this year. Awesome. Arnold says, NJ Fishing, hello. Abby says, hey, Patrick. Tom says, that sounds good, Patrick. Patrick says, Abby. Paul says, Tom, good luck. Let's see. Tom says, love tomatoes. Abby says, yum. Focus in on that big rod there for a minute. Looked like it had a bite. See, Tom says, some are £1 each. Tom says, wow, thanks, fantastic. Tom says, mine are not even close to being ripe. I have some cherry tomatoes in my, on the side of my house. I grow those every year. Yeah, my cherry tomatoes are just starting to turn yellow. Wait a minute.
So mine are getting close. You can eat a yellow tomato, but it's got the snag. Dang it. Yeah, that's someone's line. I just felt it. Yeah, I've got the hook snagged. That way, even with my little steelhead weight, you're not going to get the sucker off of there. Ah. Wow. Now I'm going to say I'm pretty rigged. Even with my little steelhead weight, if I get my hook snagged, I'm just going to lose everything. The only way you get that hook snagged like that is if you wind up going into someone else's line. Back to the old tackle box we go. Swivel from over here. And I'll get a weak like that. Big weights, not too big. Dig into my bag. Yeah, that's more equal. I'll pull up where you can snag again. Oh, folks, I got a hook in my mouth. Last thing is the hook back on. I just don't want anything to do with the corn out there right now. Tag ends. Back to the Good thing. Takes a minute to pre-rig this stuff when you get snagged, folks. Sorry about that. Way to do it. Don't do it right, it's gonna mess up on you. Get snagged, not spin properly here on the bottom. Break off on a big one. A little extra time to get that on there right. Obviously, the corn is not going to work. It's sitting out there for a couple minutes. They just took the worm off and left the corn. Little stinkers, and the pick is still missing. All thing they want out here is worm. Crazy you can cast over here with corn. They're eating corn. Guess what? They will not touch it on the hook. They want nothing to do with that corn on the hook. Oddly enough, this water's actually higher, folks, but she's not muddy, nothing mud. She's actually got a couple inches of water clear. Could not see any of those worms, so I bought them out of the bucket, and I like 5 of them in that little handle. At this rate, I might be using cook bait on all my rods. You guys are gonna eat all the worms up here. I gotta do something. Put on a smaller hook to catch these guys. If I hook anything big, I'm toast. Got a number 10 on. I owed a number 12, man. It'd be hard for us to land anything over a couple pounds. Come on, big guys. I know you're here. Obviously didn't like that last piece. Put another flat piece on. I think that flathead hit that first one because it looked like why. Kind of wants me to put the drum in on his hands. All right, we're gonna put the drum head on. That's another reason why they don't want to hit it after a couple minutes. That much crap that gets on that weight, look, fish can't see the friggin' bait. I see him hitting it. Gonna have to wait a minute. Whether or not I set the hook or not, they always get the bait off. I'm wondering what I might be able to put me on this one too. I could try that. Maybe that's gonna be a good one. Put a smaller piece on this one, but it's going to be cut. cute, even if it's nice. It's got a piece of good bait on it as well. Not that big of a piece of cut bait, just a big one. Just another big one. You put the surface out there. It's got a Carolina rig on it, so it might get something different. Assuming I can get the cast right. The cast is sitting down. We've got two on cut bait now. I think I might manage to set those two there for a while because the only bigger fish I've been getting anyways that have been on worm have been close to the bank. Hang on folks, let me get this one rod back out here and I'll come check that out, okay? I just got to refresh her, get some fresh worm on there. Yeah, our tablet was overheating today, folks, so I had to leave her at home to kind of recover. She should be fine on our next feed. Those three rod placements are pretty good. Almost to the shade. Let's see, where'd I put that crap? It's not in there. Oh my goodness. Get it together. I didn't have much coffee left this morning. I'm freaking broke. Still waiting for that code from YouTube to come in.
I don't know how long it's going to take to come in, but I've been waiting for over 2 weeks. Let's see, 8 people still in and seeing 62 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Let me make sure our chat isn't frozen. Oh, no, we're okay. Let's see, Subi. How you doing today, Subi? Subi says hi. Oh no, that's Lisa. How you doing, Lisa? Lisa says hi. Bite on worm right by the bank again. And them guys are just relentless over there. They just do not want to give up. How you doing today, Lisa? I didn't see the LI, so it looked like Subi on my end. Sorry about that. Still pecking on it. Have to go see what he's doing.
Got him. Oh, again with that snag. I had that fish too. I just re-rigged this one. Even cast it in closer. Man, someone's got to have some freaking monster or some snag out here. That feels just straight like a straight up rock. Got humidity just went up big time, folks. Got her off. I did break off the leader, however. Hook on the leader in this. That's an easy fix. Well, the humidity just went up fast, folks. That is back on. That was an easy fix. That was the hook snag again. So I had snagged on someone's line and I couldn't get it off, and wound up snapping that line to get that off of there. And that didn't even snap up by the hook. It snapped like between the hook and the thing. Oh, that's back. It's a big cast too. It is not casting out for it. Why it's not? It should have been on another foot or two. Ah, it's way too. Relax, Michael, relax. Draw back out there. Anything? Let's get it in the right spot. That's up. That looks fine. We've cut down the cut bait on these two rods over here, and we've got worm on this hook rod. Alright, folks. Yeah, the wind picked up, clouded up. It's got humid as heck out here right now.
Todd, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Todd says, wow, cool rods. Yeah, that's a Mad Cat series on the far one down there. That's got cut bait on it. The close one's just a simple Shakespeare. And the close rod there is a that's a Fluger. So that's a Fluger medium to light action. Yeah, she got humid out here, folks. Temperature went up big time. Bump. The big rock. The far one down there's got 25-pound test on it. Middle one, 20-pound test. And this close rod's only got 8-pound test on it. Bite on it.
I usually can man the chat better, folks, but our tablet needs a little bit of work and maintenance on it. I think we might be getting some storms coming in. It looks like, kind of looks like it's upriver. Caught 8 fish today so far. Not been a total loss. couple of drum were nice. That first blue cat, that was a good blue cat. Got that one blue cat in about 3.5, 4 pounds. Look at that. That cut bait can just get out there and not get a bite. That one drifted way down. White. It looked like slack. This crap is tough. Sitting out there for a couple minutes, this is what happened. Just can't hook him today. No matter what angle, no matter how small the hook I got on, you're just smacking at it. That first blue cat was out there. The middle rod's just a cheap little Shakespeare. I do like that bigger rod, that Mad Cat series. That's the Green Goblin style. Not right again, folks. Yeah, the humidity went up big time, folks. I'm sure there's some storms coming in. Our batteries doing pretty good. 4 people in. Let's see, 66 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Steelicity. How you doing, Steelicity? Steelicity says, let's get those hogs. I'm trying, my friend. We've got cut bait on those 2 far rods. We got worm on the close one here. Had one big one on earlier. Double that Mad Cat series rod over, and I just set the hook just a few seconds too early, probably. And we did get one blue cat about 4 pounds, so. Plus we've got like 4 smaller blue cat and like 4 nice freshwater drums so far. And on a close rod again. Just pinging on it. Bing, 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 bing. See, the far rod's got a still rig on it with a piece of cut drum, and the middle rod's got a slice of back meat. That's a long piece. It's still hitting that cool spot again. Adam, I'm not on me. I actually didn't miss them. This is one of the reasons why I'm missing all these bites. Man, these guys. There's some big ones in here, folks. But there's some really itty bitty ones. can't even get this one to put his fins down so I get the hook out of him. That's another little baby blue cat, folks. Another little guy. That is a blue catfish. I mean, if you needed some blues for a pond, come down here and grab them. Cool little guy. Not a hog, but catfish. Kitten. Hi, buddy. See ya. Train, folks. Earbuds out. Earbuds out. Always shocks me. You get one good bite on it or something and then you can't get any more. That's why I'm always using worm. At least they continue to hit them. See, Ben, what's going on? How you doing today, Ben? Ben says hello. Ben says, MVP, my dog. My dog ate a hummingbird today after sitting in a bush for 2 hours. Interesting. Pooping out feathers, I suppose, in a couple days. Should be entertaining. Just think about that for a minute. I do hope he's okay. All jokes aside. Fight on the close rod again. Fail. Got him though. And another little blue cat. Man, these guys are everywhere down here. Can't get the bait around these guys today. The little kittens are everywhere. Ow, 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 buddy. That's like 6 of these little blue cat we caught today. Ow, ow, ow. Quit it. Trying to get the hook out of you. Got him right in the jaw. Alright, he's out. That's our, I believe, 6 small blue cat, one nice blue cat, and 4 freshwater drum. Yeah, I'm have a hard time getting around these guys today. They're everywhere. Seriously, man, these guys are everywhere today. I love it, my friends. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just having a hard time getting around those blue guys today. Those blue cats are everywhere. I put the cut bait on out there. To fight on cut bait. Man, that was pulling. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There he goes, folks. Oh, pull off. Freaking drag wasn't set. Crap. I forgot I had the drag set. Dang it. Oh well, Michael, get another piece back out here. Back out there. What you can do when that kind of crap happens. Back out there. That was a small piece of cut bait. So there's no reason why I should have missed that fish. It's a small hook, but it's a small piece of cut bait. It's half the size of the hook. Means it should be big enough to hook. Could have been a gar, but I don't know. Did bop the charge twice quick. That kind of acts like a gar, but channel cat and blue cat will do that too. I tightened the drag down, folks. I don't know why that stupid drag wasn't. I haven't hooked anything big on her, and I've been catching fish on it. It shouldn't have been that light. One of those times where the drag just loosens up on its own. You bump it against something and the stupid thing loosens up. A lot of gnats down here too. It looks beautiful, you guys, but this is a rough and tough river. Yeah, that was a might have been a gar. It did pop it twice and then double it over. I don't know. See, King, what's going on? How you doing, King? King says hi. Not bite enough to pull the rod again. You know, I try to walk to you guys and talk. Pops. You can get into worm off. I'll put a little. Got worm left. I missed that one, folks. This stupid drag wasn't. One bad thing about the way they got things designed. It's so easy to tighten the drag and loosen it, you know. It does it on its own sometimes. All I might have to do is just put that rod down in the wrong position and it loosens up that drag. Let that fish double it over all the way to the water. Because I didn't realize that stupid drag wasn't tightened. Yeah, it got humid out here, folks. Like 85, 90% humidity right now.
the chat. Let's see, Tink, what's going on? How you doing today, Tink? Tink says Mike. How you doing today, Tink, my friend? The 3 incredible people still in. I'm seeing 69 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Another bite on that close spot.
Wish I could hook one of these bigger ones. Oh, there it goes again. He's taking it. He's taking it. Oh, yeah, that must have been a gar. Man, I just set the hook on that perfectly. I let that fish double it over to the water. It kept the drag coming out. Dang it. That's frustrating. Not that big of a piece of fish. Should be able to do this. That fish would have had that in its mouth. I'd have hooked him. He didn't have his mouth. It's a hook and nothing. That one doubled slowly like a flathead. When I set the hook on it, must be a gar. Because I set the hook on her straight through the bait, nothing but air, nothing but water. Now we did get a blue cat out there about 4 pounds already. A whole bunch of smaller blue cat. A whole bunch of freshwater drum. I know, it's got me wondering what I'm doing wrong. And I'm not doing anything wrong. I mean, you saw me, I opened the bail, folks. I let that fish run with it for about 8 or 10 seconds. Now, I am seeing a lot of gar hitting the surface, so it's very possible that was a gar, but the way he doubled it over probably was a big one. He was kind of moving fast for a flathead. That one on a big rod, he was moving away from it very slowly. I don't know. The bad thing about using cut bait on this river is you have a lot of times difficulties of hooking fish. Oh, I'm in a close rod again. I'm a walk over it. If I sit over here, they won't touch it. we're catching fish, folks. It's just not the size that I want. I don't mind catching little blue cats all day. It's just, man, missing those bites on cut bait is frustrating. Especially when I let him double that rod over. I've got a nice size hook on her now. We just about used up our entire cut bait today. Our entire freshwater drum, we just about used it all up. Yeah, I sit over here, wait, watch the rod, don't touch it. As soon as I walk over by you guys to chat, anything smacks it.
Let's see what's going on. See, 3 incredible people still in, folks. And let's see, and 69 thumbs up, awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Is our chat frozen? Let me find out here. Huh, I think our chat was frozen. Because now it disappeared from... Huh. Now our chat just disappeared. Well, that's cute. Well, folks, I'm not sure what to do about this. Not much more I can do but shut her down and start her back up, because all of a sudden the chat, everything just disappeared. And there we are finally. Our chat disappeared there for a minute there, folks. Sorry about that. Alright, I guess everything's okay. I guess I'll shut her down for a bit. See if I can start getting any more bites on cut bait here in a while. Our battery's still at 100% charged, so I'm just going to sit down here and see if I can get any more fish. If I can, I'll turn the feed back on. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. 4 people still in and seeing 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, I'm going to shut her down for now, folks. Yeah, not much is going on, so we'll see. I'm just going to have my old good luck. Stay safe. I hope to see you in the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I might see you a little later on. Never know. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.